Thank you for tuning into The Reading, produced by Black Spectrum Network. Please go to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com to purchase a private psychic reading. If you can't get enough of my content, go to patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. For as little as $2 a month, you can get these and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date. Please like this video, click the subscribe button, and leave us some feedback in the comment section. All right, so I'm going to be doing a reading on Neffy and Solo. I watched the second episode. Like, this is Neffy and Solo. I guess this is like part 3 because it was a 2. The first, it doesn't really matter. They were on Iyanla Van Zant a second time. I got some questions about their relationship. I'm gonna shuffle some cards and then I'm gonna be done. Okay, so I want to know, what is the secret to Neffy and Solo's relationship? Like, why? What is the secret to them being together? What does Spirit have to say? The Queen of Wands, the Fool, and the Death card. Okay, so straight out the gate, Spirit is saying that Neffy needs to leave. Neffy is the one that has Neffy created the relationship. She's the dominant energy in the relationship. She's the one that orchestrates everything that goes on in the relationship energetically and geographically. So if they move somewhere, it's Neffy wanting to move. If they get a new place, Neffy wanting them to get a new place. If things are up, it's because Neffy is up. If things are down, it's because Neffy is down. So the Fool card is saying that Neffy is too immature to manage this relationship like a leader. And the Death card is saying that Spirit just wants them to end it. So this is more about a karmic debt that Neffy has been paying for a long time, and she's been overpaying on the debt. You know, she would have paid the debt off if she let Solo go, but instead she's holding on to it, and it's accumulating interest. The interest has been compounding. The Ace of Discs, the debauchery, the Queen of Swords. Spirit is basically saying that Neffy. Another thing with this relationship is that her roads are blocked financially. So she won't be on any more reality shows. She won't be on any more TV shows, none of that, until she lets go of the relationship. The debauchery card, the Queen of Swords, is saying that even though she is an attractive candidate for entertainment, her words do cut, and she's people. I'm saying that people would be very attracted to watching her. The debauchery card is saying that her life has so many things going wrong with it that the spirits won't allow for her to be exploited. Like, it's like her spirits want her to really focus on getting her life together, not put it on television for her to get her life together. They feel that the things that she needs to work through are very private and personal, and she just needs to be in the closet working on those things, like literally in a dark closet meditating. Now they're talking about Solo. They're saying that Solo is he's still sexually attracted to, they have like a sexual connection, a very deep sexual soul tie with each other. And I can't lie, you know, Neffy's a pretty woman and he is very attracted to her. He's not really ready to let that go either. It's one of those situations where he met her. He's like, you know, you're the most beautiful woman in the world. He still feels that she's the most beautiful woman in the world. And because he's a very visual man, I don't know what his sign is, but he's a very visual man. And that means that he attaches himself to women that he finds attractive. And once he's in there like swimwear. He's not going to let it go. The swiftness card, the completion card is saying that this relationship has come to an end, but both of them are still holding on to it. That's the secret to the relationship. The relationship needs to end. I did watch the Iyanla Van Zant episode, so the cards are pretty much confirming the same thing that she literally saw. So what's on TV is not fake. You know, that was real. Spirit is saying that the more that they try to work things out between each other, the more failures that they're going to see in their life. They're not good for one another. So them trying to work on them going to couples therapy would make things worse. Them going to couples therapy would increase the value that they have in the couples therapy would increase the harmony in their communication patterns, the amount of harmony that they would have in their communication patterns. And couples therapy would help them to understand one another's love language, but they stagnate each other. And both of them are kind of slow. So neither of them would help one another to make better moves in life, like better career moves. It's really the spirit is basically saying it's the blind leading the blind. Okay, the Hermit card is about both of them needing to go into an isolation, and separating from one another and just taking time to get them. It's like take time to get yourself together, but you all don't need to be back with each other ever again, because the relationship is over. They've learned all that they need to learn from one another. Because Neffe's the orchestrator of this. If Neffe says that they're gonna call a truce, they're calling a truce. So if Neffe says, okay, we're going into therapy and counseling, he's going into therapy and counseling. If Neffe says that everything is good between us, everything is good between them. But also Neffe keeps shit drummed up in their relationship just in case a reality show, and I hate to say it like this, but just in case a reality show ever is interested in her life again, she keeps just enough drama started up. She believes that at some point the cameras are going to be on her and she needs to be interesting. You know what I'm saying? So, interference, the truth card is saying that she goes back and forth with being, giving Solo peace of mind in the relationship. And again, I've already explained what it is. I hope all this is making sense. Neffy may end up having a child. Neffy may end up getting pregnant by him in the future as well. Spirit is saying that they need to leave it alone. But one other secret is that she's trying to have a baby. And she feels like them having a child would make things okay between them. That she feels like she's a lot more mature, that he's a lot more mature, and she feels like they need a project that they're both committed to. That's not a TV show, but a project they're both a person they're committed to working things through, to working on, so they can work through problems in their relationship. It's like that she feels like having a child would help them to get along better. Neffy also goes to spiritual workers or psychic readers to do magic to fix her situation. However, she doesn't. It's like the people that do the magic are effective, so it does bring peace into their home and it does quell things, but they're not supposed to be together. So she's constantly having to do magic on the situation to make things better. And this is not like deep. This is like, some candle energy work, some intention setting, prayer. But she does have a root worker that she works with. She has a lady that's down in Oakland, Solo has problems, like he doesn't like to really stand up for himself. He likes women that are dominating. He has mommy issues. So he likes to be around women that are that are motherly, but motherly in a masculine way, that will treat him as though he's their son. So he does need to be nurtured 24/7, but he also needs people. He also needs a woman that's going to tell him what to do. Oh, go clean up. Oh, go do this. Go get a job. This is our relationship. Do this. But he's a doer. He's a pleaser. So even in the bedroom, he's a pleaser. So you tell him what to do and he does it to the best of his ability, and that's what makes him happy. Again, Spirit is saying that she's mean to him because she hopes that at some point somebody's going to pick up a show about them and their relationship, and that they can work through their problems on camera. Neffy wants for other people to see what goes on in her relationship so she can feel validated in when she tells her narrative. She needs other people to support her and say that she's right about things. Her ancestors are not going to be blessing her. Her ancestors give her just enough to support her. They give her literally like just enough to support her lifestyle in terms of like she can look good. So she looks good striking out. You know what I'm saying? So, they throw her a bone by making sure that she looks good, but she looks good on a budget. She has people around her. She constantly keeps people around her, like different stylists, different makeup artists that are trying to come up. So these aren't makeup artists and stylists that are working with other prominent artists. These are people that are really on the come up, and she'll get the services done for free. Okay? All right, so I'm going to have to reshuffle. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now I want to ask, did they really want Iyanla Vanzant's help? Yeah. Neffy felt like Iyanla was the only person who could help her. So when she reached out, she's like, Iyanla can really fix this. She reached out a second time, and the reason she reached out is because there were things I think there were things that we saw off camera. I mean, there were things that we're not seeing on camera that Iyanla told Neffy, and those things came to pass for her in her life repeatedly. So it was almost like insanity. Iyanla was like, you're going to do this in about 2 weeks, and it's going to work out for you this way. You're going to do this, and it's going to work out for you this way. And it's like it was almost, well, I mean, essentially Iyanla gave her a life path reading, and as you can expect, those things came to pass. And so in them coming to pass, it was in them coming to pass. Neffy, in these things coming to pass, Neffy was able to essentially accept that Iyanla is a real priestess, that Iyanla knows how to fix lives. So she came back a second time with an open heart. Iyanla knew ahead of time that Neffy was not ready to do the work. That's why she ended things so quickly. Iyanla had already been told by the spirit. So she had already come prepared to have an early day. You know what I'm saying? Iyanla didn't, I don't even think Iyanla packed up more than 2 days worth of clothes for that particular event. So yeah, Neffy did want to. The cards are saying that Neffy feels like Iyanla's this magician that can really fix things. Neffy left unsatisfied from this. Neffy feels like Solo was the reason that they couldn't finish their session. She blamed Solo for it. And she feels like Iyanla was mean to her because of Solo. She feels like Solo triggered things for Iyanla, and that Solo feels like Solo is kind of he's trying to overlook what happened and focus on his money, because he's like, I can book a show here and there, I can speak at this, like, some people have tried to reach out to him. So it's like he's since that happened, he's been able to, make a little bit of money here and there. So he's not trying to think about it. He's not trying to think about what went wrong. He's more so trying to think about how things going wrong are causing some things to go right in his life in terms of making money. Neffy feels like her going on Fix My Life ruin her chances of landing another show, because she's worried that producers are going to turn the other cheek. Like, they're going to say, oh, this is not sensationalized enough, or that this is too real. It's not what we're looking for. I don't know. The way she's processing it, she feels as though she didn't represent herself in a way that would have attracted more people to her, to work with her. The end. So yeah, I guess there's really not much else to say about Neffy and Solo, to be honest with you. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you for tuning into the reading. This has been produced by Black Spectrum Network. Please go to www.blackspectrumnetwork.com to purchase a private psychic reading. If you can't get enough of my content, go to patreon.com/Black Spectrum Network. For as little as $2 a month, you can get these and other videos for at least and other videos at least 1 week ahead of their YouTube release date. Please like this video, click the subscribe button, and leave us some feedback in the comments section. But before I go, I'll leave you with this quote from Iyanla Vanzant. The answer always lives in the same room as the question. You are the answer. Because I've lived this life, I know that quote to be true. I'm your reader, Nexo, and thank you for tuning in to The Reading.
So fuel my fire.